welcome to the Elland Road Roundup. It's my weekly look back at all the events surrounding Leeds United. And this week began with the welcome return to Elland Road of history's most handsome man, Gaetano Berardi. Gaetano is so damn handsome that even in his mask, as soon as he entered Elland Road, every single woman working inside it immediately became pregnant. Now, I've watched this video of him wandering around Elland Road just hugging people and grinning, at a conservative estimate, about 3,000 times. And it's fair to say there is no price I could put on a hug from Gaetano Berardi. You just feel so safe. Christ, I'd even gladly take one of his trademark two-footed challenges to the chest just so I could feel the touch of the man. And with the weekend's fixture against Brentford rapidly approaching, their manager Thomas Frank took time off from secretly helping a cobbler to finish his work duties in order to spout some more absolute bollocks to the press. I have no idea whether it's just the fact that he's speaking in a second language and getting things a little bit wrong, or if it's the creepy unblinking stare that comes out of his Dobby the house elf head, or maybe someone just got him wet after midnight. I don't know, but whatever Thomas Frank says and does is always annoying as fuck. This week he took the time to explain to the media that Leeds United have a slightly bigger history than Brentford, which is a bit like saying I have a slightly smaller dick than Mandingo. To be clear, while we were dominating at home and in Europe in the 70s, they were playing Sunday League football in a pub car park. You can get fucked with your slightly Frank, you weird nonce. But you know, let's give the slightly weird curly-haired gargoyle fuck the benefit of the doubt and assume that he thought that slightly means absolutely fucking loads. Also this week, tickets for the Arsenal match at home went on sale, but due to a server crash at Elland Road, no one got sent out a notification email. So congratulations if you were one of the people who luckily managed to stumble across the stealth sale. But it's fair to say that isn't true for everyone, including some very loyal fans. So if you happen to know of a spare ticket going in the cot for that game, do get in touch. Thank you very much. I'd like to go. Angus Kinnear used his programme notes to clarify that when he compared a fan-led review into the governance of football that suggested perhaps some of the billionaire owners of Premier League football clubs could help support some of the clubs lower down the football pyramid that they actively leech off, when he compared that with Maoist China's destruction of their own people, you know, he was only talking about it in a sense that he believes in the purity of competition. He told us all, totally believably, that actually he just has a long-standing passion for unfettered competitiveness, and he believes that that's the best way to fund clubs all the way through the divisions and will lead to the fairest and best outcomes for everyone. As I'm sure everyone in Bury and Maidstone and Aldershot and Chester and Scarborough and Derby will all agree, and that opinion has absolutely nothing to do with the millions and millions of pounds him and the other directors are making out of being a Premier League football side. And in a similar vein, I'd just like to announce that apropos of nothing and connected to absolutely nothing in my life, I think every northern bearded lanky comedian should be handed £1 billion and a free tug job. If you're enjoying this video, which we'll get back to very shortly, then head over to patreon.com/Rob Mulholland and sign up for as little as £1 a month to get all of my videos totally ad-free. Plus you get some little extra bonuses, like for my other show, Rob Reviews Everything, which is available on my comedy channel. I put up an extra review every week just for the Patreons. It's 25p a fucking week. Get involved. Make sure you are liked and subscribed, do all those things, and tell a mate about the show. If you enjoy it, I think your friends will too, so spread the word, we'll get involved and we'll convert everyone to the roundup. Now, let's get back to the video. And so to Sunday and Brentford at home, and with it some welcome returns. Firstly, Luke Ayling returned to the starting lineup, Patrick Bamford returned to the bench, and Pontus Jansson returned to being sat on his arse on the Elland Road pitch. To be honest, I don't really understand the boos that Pontus got at the weekend. I felt they were a little bit harsh. Like, sure, he had his faults, he could be a bit of a lunatic, but he was a hero at this club when heroes were very hard to come by. I think you really need to remember back how much he reconnected us with the club. He's part of the story that led us to where we are now, and I don't think he ever gave us anything but his full efforts, and you know, I still quite like the lad. It didn't work out under Bielsa, but you know, not everyone's a Bielsa player. Like, even if it was just an attempt to put him off his game, I felt like it was a little misguided, because like, knowing Pontus, I'm sure that just fired him up further. I think we should have given him the Jermaine Beckford treatment and just sort of praised him so much that he didn't really try. The only reason I think it would be fair if you booed Pontus Jansson is if you were, at the time that Villa were being allowed to walk a goal in, totally in support of it. If you were totally against Pontus in that moment when he decided to try and defend futilely against that walked-in goal, then maybe you're allowed to boo. Boo! you! You nearly cost us the FIFA Fair Play Award! But you know, his return wasn't the important one. It was fucking brilliant to have Luke Ayling back in the side. He's a massive character in the squad and a real leader. And also, like, he has just this desire to get us up the pitch and forward, that he's always looking forward. He's either looking for the forward pass or to drive forward. He just moves us up the pitch and gets us going. He's so integral to the way we play down that flank, and having him back's going to be a massive boon. There was also a welcome return of actual adults to our bench, as the returns from injury meant that we could actually put senior first team players in reserve to bring on if we wanted to. And it actually started to feel like we might finally be emerging, blinking into the light, coming out of this injury crisis that seemingly started in about 1932. All we had to do was get through 90 minutes intact and we might have a chance of getting the full squad back together. How hard could that be? In the end, that dream lasted a whole 12 minutes until we lost Liam Cooper to a weird landing from an innocuous challenge, which led to one of the most confusing substitutions I've ever seen in my fucking life. Now, Bielsa, as normal in these situations, was in conference with his assistants on the touchline, and he sent Mateusz Klich out to warm up initially. Klich got stripped off and ready to go. We thought that was going to be the switch, until last minute, Bielsa changed his mind and brought on Jack Harrison instead. And there was a beautiful moment in the stadium. As Harrison walked onto the pitch, there was just this low mumbling murmur from all around the stadium as 35,000 people simultaneously tried to work out what the fuck had just happened. In the end, he just came on at left back and Firpo went into centre back, but still, it was confusing. Of all the things I expected I might see or hear at Elland Road this Sunday, I can tell you 2 different songs for Tyler Roberts were not high on my fucking list, but they were there, they existed, and they were richly deserved. As Tyler capped another really impressive performance with his first home Premier League goal ever! Well done, lad! And of course, our beautiful Northern Irish dynamo put in another stellar performance, but he matched his usual industry and drive and hard running with some incredible skills. Ladies and gentlemen, may I please present to you Zinedine Dallas. Leeds were largely dominant in the first half, and indeed for the whole game, bar for one mad 10-minute period where Kalvin Philips got injured. And we promptly all lost our fucking heads. As whilst he was hobbling around waiting to get off the pitch, Brentford waltzed through the space where he would normally be stored and scored their opening goal. And at this, we lost all sense of composure and calmness and organisation and just spent 10 minutes with our backs to the wall like we were city bankers after the revolution. Some of the defending was truly last ditch, with Luke Ayling being rewarded for his bravery by being smacked in the fucking mush. He was hit so hard with this, I wouldn't be surprised if he was seeing cartoon canaries like a fucking Disney princess. And then a couple of minutes after that, the rat-faced Alioski headbutting little twat that is Sergi Canos flung his Ellen DeGeneres hair at a ball and somehow managed to miss this chance. Honestly, he properly 100% varnied it. His profligacy wasn't to last though, as a couple of minutes later he snuck in behind our sleepwalking defence and smashed in a goal to put Brentford ahead somehow. Now, being the snide little wanker that he truly is, in his celebrations he ran right in front of the cop where I was sat in order to conduct his celebrations in front of the Leeds fans. Me and the kind gentleman that I stood with all politely expressed our displeasure at such a display. Fuck off, you fucking cunt! And whilst this was going on, someone in the cop took it upon themselves to throw a plastic beer cup at his head, whereupon he threw himself to the ground like he'd been shot with a hollow point bullet. Now, of course, here at the Elland Road Roundup, we do not condone any sort of violent action, especially throwing things towards players on the pitch. Except for in this case, when I do heartily endorse it. Like, you have to say, it was an incredible shot. Like, it's not easy to throw an empty cup like that and get that sort of distance on it. And I know it caught Mbuema first, but even to get it into the mix was an incredible throw. Really, bravo, well done, sir. Enjoy your banning order, you fucking earned it. Like, what was Canos expecting, for fuck's sake? You play silly games, you win silly prizes. You come in front of the cop, chatting bollocks like that, someone's going to hit you with a plastic cup, mate. Now, fuck off. To be honest, doing that in front of the cop, he was fucking lucky it was a light plastic cup. So, you know, take your lumps and piss off, you little twat. For the rest of the match, Brentford resorted to a level of shithousery that was almost admirable in its transparency. Life-threatening injuries sprung up all over the pitch, only to be resolved mere seconds later when a free kick wasn't awarded. Every set piece took about 3 years to take. And at one point, Rafinha got so angry with the play acting that was going on with the other team, he booted the ball clean out of the stadium. Unfortunately, there isn't any footage of this, the cameras didn't capture it, but I can assure you, he volleyed that fucking hard. It probably put a window through at Ken Bates' old radio station. The refereeing in this game was absolutely infuriating. You might as well have just tossed a coin at every incident to see whether it was a foul or not. There was no consistency. It was absolute bollocks. And look, I know this is a minor gripe, and it's something that only really fans give a shit about, but I swear, Brentford did not take one legal throw-in for the whole fucking game. There were toes over the line. They threw one like that where it didn't go behind the head. Just little stuff like this. They kept walking as far as they could up the pitch to take every throw-in. Every single throw-in was not okay, and it fucking did my head in. I know it doesn't matter that much, but fucking it's a rule. Why don't refs sort it out? And then, just as I'd set my gloom levels to maximum and resolved not to go on Twitter for a few days, we won a corner in the 94th minute. A minute that was only being played due to the repeated time wasting of Brentford, so thanks lads. Which meant we got to see one of the all-time great sights in a football match of a keeper coming up for the corner, as after much shouting and arguing, Ilan Meslier was finally waved up the pitch, which makes total sense as he's our only player above 6 foot, I think. And you know, fuck it, if you're losing, it's fun, innit? He didn't really get anywhere near it though, as the corner came in, Luke Ayling flicked it on, and our beautiful Prince Patrick Bamford, relatively fresh to the field after his injury, poked it in with his benighted knee. He ran off in celebration looking like the Bolshoi Ballet. Honestly, it was fucking beautiful. And I, as did the rest of Elland Road, lost our collective shit. I think my favourite celebration in the ground, though, was Ilan Meslier. Clearly, he's not used to being part of a goal being scored. You know, he's much more involved in the stopping of them normally. And he had absolutely no idea how to act in this celebration, just flapping his lanky robo-keeper arms about wildly as he ran. It's absolutely adorable. It looks like a little sheepdog puppy being let out for the first time to run around with the lambs. My legs are absolutely covered in bruises, top to bottom, from those celebrations. Like, I've seen 2 last-minute goals at Elland Road in a week and survived. I've been upside down both times in the celebrations. I'm fucked. My legs are knackered, my knees hurt, and my heart can't take much more of this. Honestly, at this point, I would give £1 billion and a tug job just to ensure that we had one comfortable win this entire fucking season. To be honest, though, I don't think it's coming in the next few weeks, as our run looks fucking brutal. I said the next 4 games, we've got to run harder than the Barclay Marathons. But, you know, we're Leeds United under Bielsa. We'll go have a go. We'll take a swing. We might nick some points somewhere. These games are free hits. Who gives a fuck if we lose all 4? I do. We'll be all right anyway. Doesn't really affect our season. Those aren't the games that are going to make or break our season. They might just break our Christmas, though, so... After the game, our director of football, Victor Orta, was seen going absolutely fucking ballistic at a fan who'd been giving him grief during the game. Although, his anger was a tad undermined by the fact he was wearing a duffel coat, so it sort of looked like he was furious at someone for stealing his marmalade sandwiches. And I know this isn't the sort of like dignified behaviour you expect from executives at a football club, but it's kind of the behaviour I want from executives at Leeds United. He fucking gets it. Victor's Leeds as shit. And look, I will take this mad bastard Spaniard over any one of your fucking normal, sensible bean counters at every other club. Piss off. Victor's ours. He's Leeds. He brought us Bielsa. I love him forever. And I love you forever. Thank you very much for watching, especially to my Patreons who keep me going. If you want to sign up, go to patreon.com/Rob Mulholland. It's only £1 a month. Don't be tight. I'll see you again next week with another one of these. Ta-ra! Marching on together!